live here at Weiss High School. Let's go to the PA announcer for the introduction of the Weiss Wolves.
Off the chapter number 3, Rayma Benjamin. Batting second, playing right field, number 7, Jace Rodriguez. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 2, Jordan Benjamin. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 22, Amari Maxwell. Batting fifth, number 12, the second baseman, Landon Teller. Batting sixth, number 21, the designated hitter, Cariel Nunez. Batting seventh, wearing number 11, the first baseman, James Anderson. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 14, Tori Lamone. Batting ninth, number 8, playing center field, Patrick Brock. And on the mound for the Wolves, number 13, Thomas Boston.
So we're live here at Weiss High School. We get ready for game 2 of this 2-game series. Georgetown won game 1 last night at Georgetown, 6-3. And we get ready for tonight's national anthem. Please join us. Back live here at Weiss High School as we get ready to go to action here at Weiss High School at the top of the first inning. And it's all because of our sponsors, the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club, Construction Specialists of Central Texas, CSCT, and King's Pest Control. For all your pest control needs, visit King's Pest Control, 512-930-PEST, 512-930-7378 for all your pest control needs here in the Williamson County area. As a matter of fact, we got to schedule our initial treatment on the new house with Landon King and the King's Pest Control. Proud sponsors, Georgetown Eagle Baseball and the First Responder Broadcast Team. We are live here at Weiss High School as we get ready to go to action. It'll be Thomas Botkin, the right-hander, on the mound for the Weiss Wolves. Weiss, the home team tonight, in the home white uniforms with the maroon pinstripes, maroon numerals, and lettering on the front of the white home jerseys, white hats with the maroon bill, the Weiss logo on the front. Georgetown, the road grays, gray pants, gray jerseys with the blue lettering and numerals on the front and back of the gray jerseys with the blue hats, white G logo for your Georgetown Eagles. Defensively for the Weiss Wolves in tonight's ball game to start things out. In left field will be number 14, Tori Lamone. In center field, Patrick Brock. And in right field, Jace Rodriguez. At third base will be Amari Maxwell. At shortstop, Jordan Benjamin. At second base, Landon Teller. First base will be James Anderson. Behind the plate is Rama Benjamin. And on the mound, the right-hander, number 13, Thomas Botkin. The Weiss Wolf lineup tonight, Rama Benjamin, Jace Rodriguez, Jordan Benjamin in the top third. Maxwell, Teller, and Nunez, the DH in the middle third. Anderson, Lamone, and Brock in the bottom third for the Weiss Wolves. For your Georgetown Eagles, leading it off will be number 6, Cooper Thomas in center field. Batting second at shortstop is number 7, Jack Kiki. Batting third, the second baseman, number 8, Connor Young. Batting fourth and DHing, number 11, Braden Rogers. Batting fifth at first base, number 10, Braden Curtin. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 13, Colton Green. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 12, Caleb McDougal. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 21, Gavin Smith. And batting ninth for the Eagles, the left fielder, number 22, Gavin Kelly. On the mound tonight for your Georgetown Eagles is the junior lefty, number 3, Cade Erickson. So it'll be Thomas Botkin, the right-hander, for the Weiss Wolves to face off against the top 3 in the Eagle lineup here in the top of the first inning. As it'll be Cooper Thomas, Jack Kiki, and Connor Young to face off against Botkin for the Weiss Wolves. All grass surface, outfield, grass outfield, grass infield, turf around the home plate area, the pitcher's mound, and a natural dirt infield here at Weiss High School. As Cooper Thomas steps in, Botkin from the windup, and we're underway at Weiss High School. First pitch hits Cooper Thomas, and the Eagles get the opening base runner aboard for the second game in a row. After Cooper Thomas led off with a double in the bottom of the first last night, he reaches on the hit by pitch. So one pitch, one base runner for the Eagles, and that'll bring up the shortstop, number 7, Jack Kiki. Georgetown, the early base runner here is Jack Kiki will step in now. No outs and a runner at first base. Jack, the senior, steps in from the right side as Botkin works from the third base side of the rubber in the stretch now with the runner on base. As Cooper, the leadoff, being held on by Anderson. A throw over to first, down in the dirt. Anderson, a good scoop there to keep that one from going past down the right field line. Thomas with 38 stolen bases on the season coming into tonight's ball game. Cooper, nice lead at first base. Off and running, square to bunt. Bunts it down the third baseline, foul. Amari Maxwell will get a touch on that. 0-1 to count. To Jack Kiki now. As Cooper Thomas will return to first base. Weiss, a member of the Pflugerville Independent School District. We are over here for game 2. Being moved due to the rain coming into town over the next 4 or 5 days. Much needed rain. So Georgetown and Weiss agreed to move it to tonight. Kiki back in for the right side. Botkin will come set in the stretch. Coop leads off first. Kiki squares the bunt early. A throw over to first base. Cooper dives back in safely there. 0-1 to count to Jack Kiki. Botkin comes set. Long hole. Now the 0-1 pitch. Bunted out towards the first base line. Botkin to field it off the mound. The only play to first base. And a sac bunt by Kiki moves Cooper Thomas into scoring position at second base. So now one out in the inning and a runner at second base in scoring position for Georgetown. That'll bring up Connor Young, the left-handed hitting second baseman. 1-3 on the putout to retire Kiki on the sac bunt. With one out. A runner at second base. Connor Young throws right, bats left, steps in tonight playing out at second base. Steps in here. Cooper Thomas leads off second base. Young in from the left side. Botkin comes set in the stretch. First pitch to Connor Young. Misses low and inside for ball 1. 1-0 to count. On deck, the DH, number 11, Braden Rogers, for the Eagles here in the top of the first. Botkin comes set. The 1-0 misses outside. Ball 2. 2-0 the count now. A lot of attention from Botkin Cooper Thomas down at second base. Signals between Jordan Benjamin and Botkin on the mound. The shortstop trying to keep Cooper close. Botkin comes set. Now he'll step off. We'll all reset with a 2-ball, no strike count. Now Botkin set in the stretch. Look at second base. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking pitch stays high for ball 3. 3-0 the count now to Connor Young. Way ahead in the at-bat. 1 out here in the top of the first. Georgetown with a win last night. 24-3 overall in the year. 8-1 in district play, alone in the top of the standings. A 3-0 pitch. Generous call across the batter's box. Strike for strike one. 3-1 the count now. Pflugerville fell to Hendrickson last night in a big battle over at Pflugerville High School, 14-11. So it dropped in, but their second loss of the season. Turn toward second. Cooper back standing with no throw. 3 balls and 1 strike. Connor Young. Botkin comes set. The 3-1 pitch. Connor Young sends it into left center field. That's going to be down for extra bases. Cooper Thomas is going to circle third. He'll cruise into home with the first run of the ball game, and it's an RBI double for Connor Young. And Georgetown leads it 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. Hitters count there for Connor Young, and he sent it to left center field for the RBI double.
Number 11, Braden Rogers.
That'll bring up Braden Rogers with 1 out. One run across for the Eagles here in the top of the first. Rogers, the senior, will step in from the right side. Botkin back at the stretch. Connor Young leads off second base. First pitch to Rogers. Inside corner on a breaking pitch, called strike one. 0-1 to count. Braden Curtin, the first baseman on deck for Georgetown. Here at the top of the first. 1 run across, 1 out in the inning for the Eagles. Botkin comes set as Young leads off second base. The 0-1 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike two. 0-2 the count. Braden Rogers. Tomorrow night, 6:30, Camp Brightside. Come join us, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We have players from all 3 teams, freshman, JV, and varsity, along with Coach Durrell. Time at home plate by Rogers as Botkin took his time looking back at second base. So we'll reset and do it again. No balls, 2 strikes to Rogers with 1 out here in the top of the first. 1 run across the Eagles here in the top of the inning. The runner in scoring position now with Connor Young. The 0-2 pitch. Up high for ball 1. 1-2 the count now. Rogers last night, 1 for 2 of the ball game. Hit by a pitch, walked, struck out once, and a single in the 5th inning. The 1-2 slash foul out of play down the first baseline, and we'll reset and do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the senior DH, Braden Rogers. Weather allowing and other circumstances, Round Rock scheduled to come into Georgetown on Saturday, 2 p.m. Saturday non-district action. Back at Eagle Field. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Number 2 on the strikeout of Braden Rogers. That'll bring up Braden Curtin with 2 outs in the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Botkin. With 2 outs and a runner at second, the senior first baseman, Braden Curtin, will step in. Curtin last night was 2 for 4, 2 singles, and reached on 2 errors. Got on base all 4 times. Steps in here as Botkin comes set. A look at second, the first pitch. Curtin takes it on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 to count. Colton Green moves into the on-deck circle. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Bodkin comes set. The 0-1 pitch to Curtin. Slash down the third base line, it's fair! Here comes Connor Young, he'll score easily. Curtin around first, he's headed to second base. And Braden Curtin, the 2-out RBI double, gives Georgetown the 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. A beautiful shot past the diving Amari Maxwell down the left field line. And Connor Young cruises in easily with the second run of the ball game. Georgetown, 2-0 lead now as Colton Green will step in. Junior third baseman. Steps in with 2 outs and a runner at scoring position in second base. Colton 1 for 3 last night. The first pitch up high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Caleb McDougall, the catcher, on deck for the Eagles here in the top of the first. Should Colton be able to extend the inning here for Georgetown? 2 runs across on 2 big base hits and a hit by a pitch. The 1-0 pitch to Green. Misses outside, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Georgetown atop the district standings at 8-1. Pflugerville at 5-2. Eastview at 5-3. Weiss and Hendrickson at 4-3. Conley at 1-6. And Elgin at 0-9. In District 23, the 2-0 pitch to Colton Green. Breaking pitch in there, called strike. 2-1 the count. Delayed flyover. The 2-1. Low and away, gets into the turn, but Curtin will stay put. It's a 3-1 count now. Colton Green. Georgetown, the bye week in district play comes next week. The only thing on the schedule is a Tuesday night tilt at home against the Dripping Springs Tigers. Georgetown went over to Dripping Springs last year on a Tuesday night in the bye week. Dripping Springs returns that this season. The 3-1 pitch. Breaking pitch. It was high through the zone, but called strike 2. And a full count now to Colton Green with 2 outs. Lamone playing more off the line in left field. The right fielder Rodriguez playing more towards the line. A big gap in right center field. The 3-2 pitch. Down low and away, ball 4. So now runners on first and second with 2 outs. That'll bring up the catcher, Caleb McDougall. First walk issued by Thomas Bodkin. That'll bring up Caleb McDougall, the catcher. Junior will step in from the right side with 2 outs and runners on first and second. McDougall last night, 1 for 4 on the night. Caleb will step in here. 2 outs and runners on the first and second. 2 runs across for the Eagles here in the top of the first. Gavin Smith moves to the on-deck circle. Bodkin comes set in the stretch. First pitch to McDougall. Outside corner, called strike 1. 0-1 the count to the junior catcher. Sun setting off to our right on the first base side. Shining nicely into the eyes of the left fielder and the left side of the infield. The 0-1. McDougall fouls it off, back out of play, down the first baseline. That'll be an 0-2 count now. The 0-2 pitch to McDougall. Up high for ball 1. 1-2 the count now. Lead-off batter hit and Cooper Thomas moved up on the sack bunt, and then a switcheroo between Connor Young and Braden Curtin. Grounded foul. McDougal stays alive in the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reset, do it again. Maxwell will toss that one in. After the leadoff hit by pitch, a sac bunt by Kiki moved Cooper Thomas to second base. Then an RBI double by Connor Young. Rogers struck out. Then an RBI double by Brayton Curtin. He stands at second base. A 2-out walk to Colton Green. 1 ball, a 2-strike count here to Caleb McDougal. 2 outs. Botkin comes set and a 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count out. McDougal with Gavin Smith waiting on deck. Should McDougal extend the inning here for Georgetown? The top of the first. McDougal ready to go as Botkin comes set in the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Outside. Ball 3. 3-2 to count out. Full count. McDougal got behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Now has worked it back full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here at the top of the first. Brayton Curtin off second base. Colton Green off first. Botkin comes set. The payoff pitch to McDougal. McDougal sends it into right center field. That's going to be down for a base hit. Curtin around third. He'll score. Colton Green will be held up at third base, and the Eagles lead it 3-0 on the RBI base hit by Caleb McDougal. Perfect situation there for the Eagles as McDougal fights back to a full count. Puts one into right center field. It scores Brayton Curtin from second base to make it a 3-0 ball game. Clayton King will come in to run for the catcher, Caleb McDougal at first base. Runners at first and third now for the Eagles. As Gavin Smith will step in. Smith will step in from the right side. In right field tonight, the junior, ready to go as Botkin works out of the stretch. Clayton King leads off first, held on by Anderson. Colton Green off third base. First pitch to Gavin Smith. Low and away, ball 1. Gavin Kelly in the on-deck circle, the number 9 hitter in the Eagle lineup. Georgetown, their 8th batter at the plate here in the first inning. 3 runs across and runners on first and second. Botkin comes set. 1-0 pitch. Curveball stays high for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Gavin 1 for 2 last night, an RBI single in the 5th inning. Walked in the 2nd, scored a run. Popped out to first base in 1 inning. But a good night for Smith in right field as well. Big sliding play with a double up at second base. The 2-0 pitch, high for ball 3. 3-0 the count now. To Gavin Smith with 2 outs here in the top of the first. The 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for a called strike. Gavin taking all the way there. 3-1 the count now. Colton Green off third base. Clayton King off first. Botkin comes set. The 3-1 pitch to Gavin Smith. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Full count now. So Clayton King will be off on the pitch from first base. A full count, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Activity already going down in the third base pitching bullpen for the Wolves. In the top of the first. Botkin comes set. King off and running. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. 2-out walk, loads them up for the Eagles. And that'll bring up Gavin Kelly. Second walk of the inning for Botkin. That'll bring up the 9th hitter of the inning, but not before a visit from the third base dugout. We'll take a timeout with them. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us. visit to the mound is over. Gavin Kelly, the number 9 hitter in the Eagle lineup, the left fielder, will step in with the bases loaded and 2 outs as Botkin moves to the windup now. The first pitch to Gavin Kelly. Hits him. An RBI for Gavin Kelly as Georgetown puts their 4th run up in the ball game. He's hit by the pitch. The second batter hit by a pitch here in the inning. Georgetown leads it 4-0. The bases remain loaded. We go back to the top of the lineup. Cooper Thomas. Colton Green comes in to score on the hit by pitch. Clayton King to third base. Gavin Smith to second. Coop hit by a pitch and scored a run earlier in the inning. Steps in here with 2 outs. Botkin will step off. The first pitch to Thomas. Misses low and away, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Cooper. Just misses inside for ball 2, 2-0 the count. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Cooper Thomas sends a shot to third base. It's over the head of the right fielder, and it's off the wall. 1 run in. Here comes Gavin Smith from second. Here comes Gavin Kelly from first. It's going to be a 3 RBI double, and Georgetown leads it 7-0. Cooper Thomas, a 3 RBI, 2-out double. Makes it a 7-run ball game here in the top of the first. And now another visit from the mound, and that will be a call to the bullpen. When we come back, it's the CSCT call to the bullpen. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us. Live here at Weiss High School. The CSCT call to the bullpen. Construction Specialists in Central Texas. Proud to bring you all the pitching changes on the season for Eagle baseball. As the Wolves will go to the bullpen with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Here in the top of the first, I bring in the sophomore lefty, number 9, Isaiah Martinez. Martinez in on the mound now for the Wolves here in top of the first as Botkin leaves with 37 pitches thrown. He's given up 7 runs, still responsible for Cooper Thomas at second base. Kiki steps in. The lefty works out of the stretch. First pitch to Kiki. It's a wild pitch. Gets past the catcher, Benjamin, all the way to the backstop. That'll allow Cooper Thomas to move up to third base now on the wild pitch. 1-0 the count to Jack Kiki. Kiki 0 for 0 in the ball game. Laid down a beautiful sac bunt. There's a ball, not a strike. 1-0 the count to Jack Kiki. Okay. The 1-0 pitch. Low and in the turf. Good block there by Rama Benjamin. 2-0 the count to Kiki. Hitting for the second time in the inning. But a beautiful sac bunt moved Cooper Thomas in a scoring position before being driven in by Connor Young for the first run out of 7 here in the inning. Martinez comes set. The 2-0 pitch to Kiki. Low and inside. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. With Connor Young on deck for the Eagles. Should Kiki extend the inning here for Georgetown? The top of the first. 7 runs in the inning. Runner at third base. The 3-0 pitch for Martinez. Inside for a called strike. 3-1 to count. Sophomore Martinez. Throwing from the third base side of the rubber. Comes set in the stretch. The 3-1 pitch. Check swing. Strike 2. The home plate umpire says he went around. So a 3-2 count out to Jack Kiki with 2 outs. The runner at third base here in the top of the first. 7 runs across for Georgetown. 7-0 lead. Martinez comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch to Kiki. Jack, fly ball down the first baseline. Anderson will give chase, but not be able to get to it in time. And we'll reset and do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bodkin, 2/3 of an inning, 37 pitches thrown, 4 hits allowed, struck out 1, walked 2, hit 2. Gave up 7 runs to this point. Still responsible for Cooper Thomas on base at third base. The sophomore Isaiah Martinez takes over. Kiki ready to go. Martinez comes set. The payoff pitch. Curveball outside corner. Called strike 3, and the Eagles are down here in the top of the first, but not before they pick up 7 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 1 runner left on base. After half an inning, Georgetown 7. Weiss coming up to bat when we come back. Eagle baseball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. Stay with us. Here at Weiss High School. We get ready for the bottom of the first. Defensively for the Eagles, Gavin Kelly in left field, Cooper Thomas in center, Gavin Smith in right field, Colton Green at third base, Jack Kiki at shortstop, Connor Young at second base, Brayton Curtin at first base, Caleb McDougall behind the plate, and the junior lefty, Cade Erickson on the mound to start things off for your Georgetown Eagles. Rama Benjamin, Jace Rodriguez, and Jordan Benjamin due up. Here in the bottom of the first is Weiss. Trail 7-0 to your Georgetown Eagles after half an inning. Erickson steps in. 25 2/3 innings thrown on the season. He's started 5 games, faced 104 batters, thrown 339 pitches, allowed 20 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. He's walked 5, struck out 20, 12 of them looking, hit 7 batters, has a .545 ERA, has stranded 22 men on base, and has a .222 batting average against. You go to district play, he has a .553 ERA, .553, as he's started 3 district games, only allowing 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. To start the season, Rayma Benjamin steps in. The first pitch to Rayma. Fly ball, back out of play down the first baseline, 0-1 to count. To the junior catcher for Weiss, Rayma Benjamin. Last night the ball game, Rayma 1 for 2 on the night. The 0-1 pitch. In it for a called strike 2, 0-2 the count now. A single and a run scored in the first, struck out looking in the second, walked in the fourth, and reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch. Low and away for ball 1, 1-2 the count now. To Benjamin, Chase Rodriguez. Last night's catcher for the Wolves in right field tonight. Waits on deck with Jordan Benjamin, the shortstop, in the hole. The 1-2 pitch from Erickson. Fly ball into left field. Gavin Kelly to his left. He'll settle under it. Take the catch for out. Number 1. F7 to the book. To retire Rayma Benjamin for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Chase Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the senior, steps in from the right side. 1 out and the base is empty here in the inning. Last night, Rodriguez was 1 for 4 in the ball game. Lined out to right field in the first. Singled and left stranded in the third. And back-to-back strikeouts in the 5th and 6th innings. As he steps in here from the right side to face against Erickson. First pitch from Cade, low and away, ball 1. Jordan Benjamin, the shortstop, in the on-deck circle now, the senior. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball chopped out in front of the plate. Erickson will pick it up. The throw to first is wild. Gets away into right field. Gavin Smith up with it. But quickly, so it'll keep Chase Rodriguez at first base. Still reach on the air. It'll be an E1 on the play. 1-out base runner for the Wolves. That'll bring up Jordan Benjamin, the shortstop. The senior will step in from the right side. He was 2 for 3 in the ballgame last night. An RBI single in the first, a single and a run scored in the third. Grounded out in the 4th and walked in the 6th inning, was left stranded. Curtin holds on Rodriguez at first base. The first pitch to Jordan. Ground ball to third. Colton Green will field it to second for 1. To first. In time. Not in time. Speedy Jordan Benjamin gets down the line and beats it out. One runner at first base with 2 outs now. 5-4 on the force out of Chase Rodriguez for out number 2. Jordan Benjamin reached second, first base on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Amari Maxwell, the third baseman. Maxwell step in from the left side. Throws right, bats left. Maxwell, the sophomore. Last night in the ball game, was 2 for 3 on the night with a couple of singles and a walk. First pitch from Erickson to Maxwell. Up and in, ball 1. 1-0 the count. With Landon Teller, the second baseman, in the on-deck circle. For the Wolves, the 1-0. In there for a called strike 1. 1-1 the count. To Maxwell. Erickson comes set in the stretch. The 1-1. Breaking pitch in there for a beautiful strike 2. 1-2 the count out of Maxwell. The 1-2 pitch. Low and away. Good stop there by McDougal. 2-2 the count. Jordan Benjamin stays put at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the bottom of the first. 2 hits on the board for the Weiss Wolves. That would be negative. An error on the throw from Erickson and then a fielder's choice. Jordan Benjamin, the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit out to second. Connor Young to his right. Flips to short in time. And the Wolves are retired here at the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, one error, and one runner, or no runners left on base. After one complete inning, Georgetown 7, Weiss 0. Eagle Baseball returns in a moment. Stay with us. Back at Weiss High School, we go to the top of the second inning. Georgetown will bring up the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Connor Young, Braden Rogers, and Braden Curtin. Connor Young, 1 for 1 of the ball game, an RBI double in the first, a run scored. Still face off against Isaiah Martinez, who came in with 2 outs in the top of the first, through 7 pitches. Recorded the strikeout of Jack Kiki for out number 3 to get the Wolves out of the inning. Martinez from the windup. First pitch to Connor Young. This is outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Martinez works from the third base side of the rubber. The 1-0 pitch. Low and away. Ball 2. 2-0 the count now. Connor Young. Braden Curtin on deck. Braden Rogers on deck. Braden Curtin in the hole. Here in the top of the second, a 7-run first inning for the Eagles. They lead it 7-0. Martinez from the windup, the 2-0 pitch. High through the zone. Ball 3. 3-0 the count now. Connor Young back in from the left side. Martinez. The windup, the 3-0 pitch. And that one's called strike 1. 3-1 the count. Connor taking all the way there on the 3-0. Steps back in from the left side. 3 balls, 1 strike. The junior second baseman, the 3-1 pitch. Ball hit out past the second baseman Teller into right center field. And another base hit for Connor Young, 5th of the ball game for Eagle batters. First hit off of Martinez and Connor Young, a 2-hit ball game already here in the top of the second inning. So the leadoff man aboard for the second inning in a row for the Eagles. That'll bring up Braden Rogers. Rogers 0 for 1 of the ball game. Struck out swinging back at the first inning. Steps in here with 1 out, or no outs, and a runner at first base. With Braden Curtin in the on-deck circle now for Georgetown. Martinez back at the stretch with a runner at first. Anderson holds Young on at first. The first pitch to Rogers. Ball hit. Teller backhands it at second. Flips to second for 1. On to first in time. 4-6-3 double play to erase the base runner. Now 2 outs in the inning for the Wolves. A nice play from Teller to Jordan Rama to James Anderson.
Now batting number 10, Braden.
4-6 to get Connor Young for out number 1. 4-6-3 on the double play. With 2 outs, that'll bring up number 10, Braden Curtin. 2 outs and the base is empty. Curtin 1 for 1 in the ball game, an RBI double and a run scored in the first. First pitch to Curtin. Breaking pitch called strike 1. 0-1 the count. Colton Green in the on-deck circle for the Eagles. Should Curtin extend the inning? 1, 1-1 the count now. The senior first baseman, Braden Curtin. So the book closed on Podkett after the end of the first inning. 2/3 of an inning, 37 pitches thrown, 7 runs given up, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and 2 batters hit by a pitch. The 1-1 misses for ball 2, 2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Benjamin for strike 2. 2-2 the count now. To Braden Curtin. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the top of the second. 7-0 lead for your Eagles. Martinez comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss down to the turf. Benjamin will throw down to Anderson to complete the out. And the Eagles go in order here in the top of the second. No runs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no runners left on base. After an inning and a half, Georgetown 7, Weiss 0. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Yeah, fly like an eagle. Yeah, spit fly like a dragon. Made some mistakes, you won't keep me lacking. Already been through it. I ain't the one tapping. Let's see who's next up. Next up. Just me and my passion. Hear what I'm talking, they seeing no action. We get a step on while they get the bag. And I'm with my brothers, what's happening? None of my enemies fast. And biting my style and jacket. Dropping the storm, you best get the pack. Ain't no more fashion. When I pull up big tanks, that's a super freaking heavy. Smell of an excellent, young telepathy. Really on mine with these lines, spinning on top, I ain't one of a kind. Prophecy for my design, Yeshua said I'll be with him in time. Not even dope on my level of high, I'm levitating on the rhymes. Spiritual meditation, ain't no kind of faces, we got blue in our eyes. Say we don't go, we suited up when we put on a show. Like, they want me for broke, I do it on one and making a toast. I can be doing the most, yeah. She made some jokes, I can see through them like ghosts. Yeah, you wanna just float, I gotta fly like an eagle. Spit fly like a dragon, make some mistakes, you won't keep me lacking. Already been through it, I ain't the one tapping, let's see who's next up. Yeah, just me and my passion. Hear what I'm talking, they seeing no action. We get a step on while they get it back. And I'm with my brothers, what's happening? Whole lot better than I did last year. Double thumbs up, we ain't stand right here, so gotta speed up, clutch shift that gear. Yeah, I got no pass, look off that mirror. Eyes go dry, can't shed.
Back here at Weiss High School, we go to the bottom of the second inning. Georgetown leads it 7-0. Kate Erickson in his first inning of work. Threw 12 pitches. Did not allow a hit, 1 error in the inning. As he'll face off against the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Teller, Nunez, and Anderson do up here. Landon Teller, the second baseman, the sophomore, in from the right side as Erickson works out of the windup to start the inning here in the bottom of the second. The first pitch to Teller. Outside corner, called strike 1. 0-1 the count. Teller in the DH role last night, till coming in relief on the mound in the 6th inning. Teller was 1 for 3 in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch, fouled out of play. 0-2 the count now to the sophomore Landon Teller. Cariel Nunez, the DH on deck. James Anderson in the hole for the Wolves here in the bottom of the second inning. Erickson from the third base side of the rubber in the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Teller down on strikes, looking for out number 1. First strike out of the ball game for Kate Erickson. That'll bring up Cariel Nunez, the DH, the number 21. Senior will step in from the left side. Did not play in the game last night. Steps in here in the 6th slot in the Wolf lineup. Erickson from the windup. The first pitch to Nunez. Misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. James Anderson on deck. Tori Lamone in the hole. So the Wolves continue the inning. The 1-0 to Nunez. That one misses low for ball 2. 2-0 the count. The 2-0 pitch. That one's in there. We're called strike, 2-1 to count now. The Wolf DH. 7 runs. The top half of the first for Georgetown. So we work here in the bottom of the second with a 7-0 lead. The 1-2-1 pitch in there for a called strike 2. 2-2 to count now. To the Wolf DH. Ariel Nunez. Erickson from the windup, the 2-2. Called ball 3. 3-2 the count now. So Nunez yet to take a swing in the at-bat, steps back in. Erickson from the windup, the full count. The payoff pitch. Ground ball chopped out towards second. Connor Young to his right, fields it, throws the first in time. To retire Nunez, 4-3 on the putout for out number 2. And with 2 outs and the base is empty, in steps the first baseman, number 11, James Anderson. Anderson, the senior, will step in from the left side for the Wolves, hitting in the 7 slot tonight. Anderson came in defensively in the 6th inning for the Wolves, hit in the 7th, struck out swinging, was 0 for 1 in the ball game. Step in from the right side now. Switched it up on me, went to the left side. But now on the right side. Anderson in from the right side. Erickson from the windup. The first pitch to Anderson. Fouled off back to the screen, 0-1 the count. Tori Lamone, the left fielder on deck. Should Anderson extend the inning for the Wolves here in the bottom of the second. The 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2, 0-2 to count. Anderson back in. From the windup, the 0-2. Down low and inside, ball 1, 1-2 the count now. The Wolf first baseman. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive hit out into center field. A 2-out base hit. Cooper Thomas slips down, but he'll get up and get it back in. Anderson will stay at first base. First hit of the ball game for the Wolves. Has a 2-out base runner. He's hit here by Anderson. And with 2 outs and a runner at first base, it's Tori Lamone, the left fielder. He did not play in last night's ball game. There's number 14, the senior. Step in from the right side. Base runner at first base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Patrick Brock, the center fielder, moves into the on-deck circle. Erickson from the stretch. A look at first base. Pitch to Lamone. Outside, just misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Curtin holding on to Anderson at first base. The 1-0 pitch. Just misses. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. The left fielder, Tori Lamone, with Patrick Brock, the center fielder in the on-deck circle. Should Lamone be able to keep this inning alive for the Wolves here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs and a runner at first. The 2-0 pitch. Fly ball right side of the infield. Jackson Van Aken makes the catch at first base. Thought it was Curtin holding him on. It was Jackson Van Aken, and he makes the catch for out number 3. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base after 2 complete. Georgetown 7. Weiss 0. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Last year was too much. Enemy within self. Whispers and rumors. Had to take him back for my health. Who's to blame for my problems? It's me and nobody else. Yeah.
5 here at Weiss High School. We go to the top of the third.
Colton Green.
I'll get it cleared up. Bear with me. A little late on this stuff. I usually keep with the scoreboard. Colton Green will lead it off against Martinez. First pitch, skips in and away from the catcher for ball one. Colton Green 0 for 0 in the ball game. Walked and scored a run in the first inning. Came in the RBI hit by pitch to Gavin Kelly. It's Colton Green, Caleb McDougal, and Gavin Smith due up here in the top of the third. The 1-0. Outside corner called strike one. 1-1 to Green. Junior third baseman back in from the right side. Martinez, an inning and a third so far, has thrown 18 pitches, allowed 1 hit, struck out 2 with 1 wild pitch. The 1-1 misses for ball 2, 2-1 to count. Martinez back in the stretch now. The base is empty, comes set, works from the third base side of the rubber, the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2 to count. Colton Green, the third baseman for the Eagles. Starting things off here at the top of the third with a 7-0 lead for your Eagles. 7 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Wolves. Slashed foul down the third baseline. 2-2 remains the count. We'll reset. Colton Green. Sophomore Martinez in with 2 counts in the top of the first. 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul. Colton Green battles here to open up the third inning. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Colton Green, line drive, center field, a leadoff base hit for the Eagles. 6th hit of the ball game for Georgetown. It's Colton Green. For the 3rd inning in a row, Georgetown opens up the inning with the leadoff man aboard. Then I'll bring up Caleb McDougal. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Caleb an RBI single back in the first inning. Steps in here with no outs and a runner at first base. Gavin Smith in the on-deck circle. McDougal will step in from the right side. Maxwell in. At third base, the first pitch. McDougal, base hit, left field. Back-to-back base hits to start the third here. 7th hit of the ball game for Georgetown as McDougal picks up his 2nd hit of the day. We'll bring out a courtesy runner, number 4, Clayton King. For McDougal. Gavin Kelly will step into the on-deck circle. Gavin Smith will step up. He's 0 for 0 in the ballgame. Walked and scored a run in the first inning. Hawkeye Soaring Network was listening in a little bit earlier. The Hawks a big win last night. We got to listen to the final couple of outs of that call last night on the Hawkeye Soaring Network as Hendrickson went into Pflugerville and stole the game. 14-11 affair. Runners on first and second. Gavin Smith steps in. No outs. Anderson in at first base. The first pitch. Gavin Smith went for the bunt attempt and misses for strike one. 0-1 to count. A large portion of the music you hear in between innings and on breaks here on the First Responder broadcast on the SHN Sports YouTube channel is brought to you by Royal Tea. It's Ty Griffin, for those that don't know. The oldest son of head football coach, Chuck Griffin. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2 the count. Ty Griffin. Have to search Royalty and Ty Griffin. I have different music platforms to find his music. We have the benefit of getting new music from Coach Griffin to highlight royalty. The 0-2, ground ball chopped to the pitcher. Martinez will throw to second in time for one. On to first base. Not in time, but it gets away. Gavin Smith will return to first base, but that will score Colton Green as he was moving up to third base on the ground ball. So Georgetown will plate their 8th run of the ball game. Gavin Smith will reach on the error as the throw from Jordan Benjamin was down in the dirt. So E6 allows Gavin Smith to reach. Actually, he'll reach on the fielder's choice. No error since he did not advance. Clayton King was erased on the 1-6 put out at second base for out number 1. We'll start the count over. 1 out, a runner at first base. 8th run across as Gavin Kelly steps in. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Kelly 0-for-0 in the ball game, but has an RBI. Was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the top of the first. As he was hit by a pitch by Botkin with the bases loaded that forced in Colton Green. The 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Colton Green comes in to score the 8th run of the ball game. Runner at first with 1 out. It's Gavin Smith. Cooper Thomas in the on-deck circle here for the Eagles in the top of the 3rd. 2-0 pitch. Nope, throw to first base. Gavin Smith dives back in safely. So an 8-0 lead for the Eagles here in the top of the 3rd. 1 out, a runner at first base. A 2-0 count to Gavin Smith, the number 9 hitter for the Eagles here in the lineup tonight. Martinez comes set, the 2-0 pitch. Fouled off, back to the backstop. 2-1 to count to Gavin Kelly. Cooper Thomas on deck. The sun is set, a beautiful dusk. Lights in full effect here at Weiss High School. Martinez comes set, the 2-1 pitch to Gavin Kelly. Lays off, called strike 2. Raymond Benjamin, the ball got away from him. Gavin Smith nabs second base, and now a 2-2 count to Gavin Kelly with 1 out. Wild pitch credited to Martinez on that down in the turf. Hit off of Benjamin, squirted up the 3rd baseline. Now runner in scoring position. 2-ball, 2-strike count to Gavin Kelly, and 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. The 2-2 pitch. Down to the turf. Good block there by Raymond Benjamin to keep that in front of him, and now a full count to Gavin Kelly. One run in the inning, 2 hits for the Eagles. Smith leads off second. Gavin Kelly back in. The payoff pitch to Gavin Kelly. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for out number 2. So with 2 outs and a runner at second, in steps Cooper Thomas. Third strikeout for Martinez. Cooper Thomas 1 for 1 in the ballgame. In the first inning, was hit by a pitch and scored a run in his second plate appearance. And a 3 RBI double. Was left stranded at third base. Steps in here in the 3rd inning. A runner at second base and 2 outs. Coop in from the right side. Martinez comes set in the stretch. A look at second base. The first pitch to Thomas. Cooper hits it out towards short. Jordan Benjamin fumbles it, and that'll be an error. On the shortstop, Jordan Benjamin. And now runners on first and third with 1 out, or 2 outs. Cooper Thomas has reached base in all 3 plate appearances. He's 6 on that one. Gavin Smith moving up to third, and Jack Kiki will step in. Jack 0 for 1 in the ball game. Jack laid down the sack punt. His first at bat in the first inning. And then struck out looking to end the first. Throw to first base. Cooper Thomas dives back in safely. Gavin Smith off third. Cooper Thomas off first. 2 outs here at the top of the third. An 8-0 lead for your Eagles. Martinez, a long look in. Comes set in the stretch. Pitch up and away. Ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jack Kiki. Connor Young on deck. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. A lot of attention being paid to Cooper over at first base, expecting him to take off. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, called strike 1. Very fine line. That strike zone on the outside corner for the right-handed hitters. A 1-1 count now to Jack. Cooper off and running, the 1-1 down to the turf, a throw down to second base, not in time. Oh, Cooper Thomas will steal second base. His 39th stolen base of the year. 2-1 the count to Jack Kiki now. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Oh, Coach Kevin Rand will come out. Coach Ram wanted the appeal to the field umpire. The field umpire had turned around for the play at the second base on the throwdown. So the count remains 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. To Jack Kiki, runners at second and third. Here in the top of the third. Martinez comes set. The 2-1 pitch to Kiki. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball down in the turf. 2-2 the count now to Jack Kiki. Connor Young waits on deck. Should Kiki extend the inning here for the Eagles? Great job by Rainbow Benjamin there to keep that one down to the turf from getting behind him. So it allowed another run to score for Georgetown. Gavin Smith off third. Cooper Thomas off second. Martinez comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Kiki gives it a right down the left field line. Is it going to stay fair? No. Curls foul, so we'll reset and do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. 1 run across, an 8-0 lead for your Eagles. Eagles put up 7 at the top of the first. 1 here in the third. To do more damage with runners on second and third and 2 outs. Kiki back in for the right side. Martinez comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Gonna say he went around, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. The Eagles are down after 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. After 2.5 innings, Georgetown 8, Weiss 0. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us. We'll return in just a moment.
Turn the microphone up, yeah, I'm trying to be heard. Demons calling me up, still been reading the word. A couple questions I need answered, write them down for the search. So help me find them. Help me find them, and I need to get my head right. Keep me fighting with these demons just like every night. Yeah, I pray that in the darkness they can see the light. Help me find out as I grip the pen and start the right, Father. I need reconciling again. I keep pushing all these voices away with me from a pen. You feel like a gift. You keep giving no wind. To the day I see your face, restoration breathing it in. I was born with sin away. shit, I'ma let you taste it. I'm holding tight like you care. Surrounded by reflections instead of people that care. What's to worry about? The climb up the shit and taking the stairs. Now I'm falling for the big, got me focused on plenty charts. Worry about the money, get pulled away from the art. Design to keep me here, keep me battling from afar. And when I fell again. I'm tired of building, I'm falling short of the mark. Keep me there when it's dark.
We go back to action here at the bottom of the third inning. As the Wolves will bring up the 9-1 and 2 hitters. Patrick Brock will step in for the Wolves to lead it off against Erickson in his third inning of work. The first pitch, check swing foul. Just misses Raymond Benjamin in the on-deck circle. He's going to pull the mat back a little bit and get a little further away. 0-1 to count to Patrick Brock, the center fielder. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch. Just misses inside. The ball one. 1-1 to count. Erickson threw 2 innings. Has allowed 1 hit. Struck out 1. Thrown 28 pitches. The 1-1 to Brock. Hitting it. They're called strike 2. Could have easily been strike 3. But Brock keeps battling with a 1-ball, 2-strike count, leading off things here in the bottom of the third for the Wolves as they chase 8. The 1-2. Up and in. A little bit of a chin music. 2-2 on the breaking pitch that not so responsive. Brock gets out of the way of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To the center fielder, Patrick Brock, the junior left-handed hitter. 2-2, misses low, ball 3. Full count here. The number 9 hitter for the Wolves. The payoff pitch to Brock. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brock down on strikes for out number 1. Second strikeout of the ball game for Cade Erickson.
Number 3.
Back to the top of the lineup we go. Raymond Benjamin. The catcher steps in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Flew out to left field back in the first inning. 1 for 4 in the series as Benjamin steps in for the right side. The first pitch. Chop foul down the third baseline. 0-1 to count. The 0-1 high for ball 1. 1-1 to count. Conley and Pflugerville moved their game up to the 9th. They're competing right now. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive into center field. Cooper Thomas to his left, 3 steps, makes the catch for out number 2. F8 in the book to retire Raymond Benjamin. And with 2 outs and the base is empty, Jace Rodriguez will step in. Rodriguez 0 for 1 in the ball game. He reached on an error by the pitcher, Cade Erickson, back in the first inning. Chopped a ball out in front of home plate. Erickson picked it up. Threw it in the dirt. First pitch to Rodriguez. Sails high and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Jackson Van Aken, the first baseman, in defensively for the Eagles. The 1-0 pitch to Rodriguez. Foul ball. Back out of play down the first baseline. 1-1 the count now. To the Wolf right fielder, Jace Rodriguez. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. The base is empty. Erickson out of the windup. The 1-1 pitch. On the outside corner. Called strike 2. 1-2 the count. To Rodriguez. Conley picked up their first district win last night with a win over Elgin. They are currently in progress at Conley High School tonight in game 2. The 1-2 fouled off back to the screen. Reset and do it again to Jace Rodriguez with Jordan Benjamin on deck for the Wolves here in the bottom of the third. Rodriguez back up at the right side. Erickson from the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Down to the turf for ball 2. 2-2 the count. the senior right fielder, Jace Rodriguez. Back hit for the right side. Erickson ready to go. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. Rodriguez down on strikes to end the third. The Wolves go in order here in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. After 3 complete innings, Georgetown 8, Weiss 0. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us here on the SHN Sports Network.
Chains are falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Chains are falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Chains are falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Chains are falling, freedom calling, bring it, I'm all in, bring it, I'm all in. Take first step, I can't hold my breath. Listen to the power flowing from within my chest. If you ain't seeing the picture, then you might be next. This the rise, and I'm taking all that I can get. Step 2, gave my life to him who paid my debt. Aligning with the angels, only set out rep. Confidence is building up, and you can keep your check. I got my royalties in heaven, after death I'm blessed. So try and stop the wave coming, or keep your threat. Cause I've been knowing since a child, come and see my flesh. Pour out my heart, soul, and mind, is what I got left. To be myself, to level up and break that shell. I've been through hell and learned that.
Georgetown Eagle Baseball is brought to you here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to some great sponsors. The Georgetown Eagle Booster Club, Construction Specialists of Central Texas, proud owners John and Lynn Krogh and Jeremy and Rachel McDougall. Proud sponsors of First Responder Broadcasting and Georgetown Eagle Baseball. And by King's Pest Control, your title sponsor. Serving Williamson County's pest control needs for over 40 years. Family and locally owned since 1982 with affordable upfront pricing and no contracts. Give them a call, 512-930-PEST, 512-930-PEST 7378. We go to the top of the 4th inning as Georgetown will bring up the 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitters to face off against Martinez. Connor Young, 2 for 2 in the ball game, an RBI double and a run scored in the first, a single in the 2nd inning. He steps in to lead things off here in the top of the 4 with an 8-0 lead. Martinez on in his 3rd inning of work. Making his 4th inning of work. Came in with 2 outs in the first, worked the 2nd and 3rd, and works here in the 4th. Sophomore left-hander. From the windup, the first pitch to Connor Young. Outside corner, called strike 1. 0-1 to count. To the junior second baseman. Connor throws right, pats left, steps back in as Martinez, the 0-1. Connor Young hits it out between first and second. It's going to trickle into right field. A 3-hit night for Connor Young as Georgetown, for the 4th inning in a row, has the leadoff man aboard. As Connor Young picks up the 8th base hit of the night for Georgetown. With a runner at first, that'll bring up Braden Rogers. On deck moves Jackson Van Aken for the Eagles. Rogers steps in. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out the first. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the 2nd. Steps in here with a runner at first and no outs. The first pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 to count. The senior DH, Braden Rogers. The 0-1 pitch to Rogers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. Martinez in the stretch, comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw it down to first behind Connor Young. He's back in safely there, but 1 out in the inning now on the strikeout. 4th strikeout for Martinez. One out in the inning. That'll bring up number 16, Jackson Van Aken. Jackson, Jaxsen, the official spelling. Jackson Van Aken, Vanaken. Steps in from the right side for the first time of the ball game here in the 4th inning. Came in defensively in the 2nd. Now up to bat here in the 4th. Fouls the first pitch, out of play down the first baseline. 0-1 the count. Colton Green in the on-deck circle for the Eagles. Martinez, third base side of the river. Looks in and comes set in the stretch. Young off first, being held on by Anderson. The 0-1 pitch to Van Aken. Put on pause, a throw to first base, but Young back standing easily.
Not even close.
No balls and 1 strike to Van Aken. Young back off first base. Martinez comes set, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count to Van Aken. The dark has moved in over the field. Beautiful dusk skyline off to our right towards the west. Martinez comes set. The 0-2. Up and away, ball 1. 1-2 the count. And they can back up for the right side. Martinez will come set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Down in the turf. Rainbow Benjamin will throw down to second, but not in time. It's Connor Young. Still the base. Into scoring position, 2-2 the count. To Van Aken. Now with a runner in scoring position at second base and 1 out here at the top of the 4th. Martinez comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Van Aken fouls it off down the first baseline, and that'll curl out of play. We'll reset, do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, a runner at second base here at the top of the 4th. Georgetown Eagles lead at 8-0 over the Weiss Wolves here in game 2. Georgetown trailed most of the game last night. Came back and took the lead and won it 6-3. Take over sole possession of first place in District 23. Thanks to the loss by the Pflugerville Panthers at the hands of the Hendrickson Hawks and the Hawkeye Scoring Network. Is brought to you there. The 2-2 down and away, ball 3. Good stop by Benjamin to keep that one from the backstop. And a full count. Now to the junior first baseman, Van Aken. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Runner at second base. Colton Green in the on-deck circle. Van Aken ready to go back on the right side as Martinez comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch. On pause. Martinez turns towards second base. Connor Young back standing without a throw. Martinez comes set, the payoff pitch. Van Aken gives it a ride to right center field, curling away from Brock, and it's going to be over his head. It's down. Brock will field it, but Van Aken will cruise into second base with a double. Connor Young moves up to third base. Had to wait to make sure it got over the head of Brock. But a nice piece of hitting there and an at-bat for Jackson Van Aken as he picks up the double.
Now batting number 13, Colton Green.
So runners at second and third now with 1 out. In steps Colton Green. Colton 1 for 1 in the ball game. Walked and scored a run in the first. Singled and scored a run in the third inning. An opportunity to open this one up a little more with runners on second and third and 1 out. The first pitch. On the inside corner on the breaking pitch for a called strike one. 0-1 the count. McDougal moves into the on-deck circle for the Eagles. They threaten here. Runners on second and third and one out at the top of the fourth. The 0-1 pitch to Colton Green. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2 the count. Martinez battling here on the mound since 2 outs in the top of the first. Came in relief. Botkin. The 0-2 pitch to Green. A shot to left field. That ball is back. That ball is caught at the wall. But that'll be a sac fly for Colton Green. And now there'll be a run in. And Van Aken moves up to third base. Colton Green almost got that one out of here. But a sac fly RBI. 2 outs in the inning. It's a 9-0 score for your Eagles. That was about 5 feet away from being a 3-run shot for Colton Green. But a sac fly RBI. Plates Connor Young from third base for the 9th run of the ball game. Van Aken moves up to third. And in steps Caleb McDougal, who's 2 for 2 in the ball game. RBI single in the first, a single in the third. Swinging, fly ball into shallow right center field. And Patrick Brock on the run will call for it to make the catch to end the inning here at the top of the fourth. But not before Georgetown picks up 1 run on 2 hits. And no errors and 1 runner left on base. After 3.5 innings, Georgetown leads at 9-0 over the Weiss Wolves. Eagle baseball continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network. Stay with us.
Sign you in the worst way. And I know you only have to wear the church say. TS selected, we gon' get it at the birthplace. God call, had to answer with the word say. Spirit from me, so I took the mighty praise Jay. See what he do in my life, yeah, from the third day. No sleep, a new high, still red eye. I was ready from nice wind and stay tight. No high and no lie, and no shot. With a boy that got for him the most I ever did was take time to drink wine and to break bread and consecrate the main guy. Shit tired and take time to praise y'all. We used to make it the ground shaker to supply. I'ma take y'all in it. Life like Christ, gotta stand on this like. Won't play with no sin. 33 years to forever, we win like. No cap, I'm fitted. God on my army and he took my son's life. Tough death, good riddance. Rain, good fights, can't quit. I'ma quit like. Gotta watch what I use my phone for. Wish I've got even behind closed doors. I wanna praise him, but I'm rich for. I'm all in, no sneaking through the back door. Jesus Christ is my God, he's my mentor. Preach the word, wherever we gotta restore. I'll do it on campus this year, I'll be a sophomore. I have a feeling there's gonna be an uproar. I'ma take y'all in it. Life like Christ, gotta stand on this like. Won't play with no sin. 33 years to forever, we win like. No cap, I'm fitted. God on my army and he took my son's life. Tough death, good riddance. Rain, good fights, can't quit. I'ma quit like. Got a voice in my concert preform. On stage in a house in a new world. Too many lost in a dark storm. Bring the light to the word, to a heart warm. What's his real ones, he don't want to lukewarm. Say it loud cause I'm calling for reform. From the top to the ground, yeah, the veil's on. Bring heaven to the earth, to the firstborn. All praise to the Lamb who slain.
Back live here at Weiss High School. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning with Georgetown leading at 9-0. Erickson on for his 4th inning of work. Through 3 innings, he's allowed 1 hit, struck out 3. He's thrown 43 pitches in the ball game as he'll face off against the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Jordan Benjamin, Amari Maxwell, and Landon Teller here in the bottom of the 4th. Jordan Benjamin, 0 for 1 in the ball game, reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. Was left stranded there. First pitch swinging, high fly ball to center field. Cooper Thomas to the right. He'll settle under it and make the catch for out number 1. F8 the book to retire Jordan Benjamin. And that'll bring up Amari Maxwell, the 3rd baseman. He reached on the fielder's choice as well. Back in the 1st inning, was stranded on base.
Amari.
Step in 0 for 1 in the ball game. Maxwell in from the left side. The first pitch from Erickson. Breaking pitch just misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
Here we go, kid.
Marty Maxwell grounded into almost a 4-6-3 double play. Grounds out to second base here. Connor Young builds it, throws the first in time. 4 out, number 2, 4-3 on the putout. With 2 outs and the bases empty here in the inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Landon Teller. Sophomore struck out looking back to the second inning. Is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Teller 1 for 3 last night, 1 for 4 in this series. In here from the right side with 2 outs. The first pitch from Erickson. Misses low and inside for ball 1. Erickson out of the windup. The 1-0 pitch to Teller. Just misses for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Cariel Nunez, the DH, on deck for the Wolves. Should Teller extend the inning? The 2-0 pitch. Teller fly ball down the right field line, but that'll curl out of play. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. To the Wolves' second baseman. The 2-1 pitch. Up and away for ball 3. 3-1 to count. Landon Teller. Nunez waits on deck. Left-handed hitting DH for the Wolves tonight. Erickson from the windup, the 3-1 pitch. Line drive out into right center field. Cooper Thomas on his horse. It's going to be over his head. Thomas will run it down, out towards the fence. Teller headed into second base. He'll be held up there with a 1-out double. Second hit of the ball game for the Wolves. A beautiful shot there by Landon Teller. Runner at second base with 1 out. Or 2 outs, sorry. So a nice 2-out double there. That'll bring up Cariel Nunez, the DH. He's 0 for 1 of the ball game. Grounded out to the second baseman back in the second inning. Erickson now on the stretch with the runner at second base as Teller leads off there. Erickson will step off. Get his catcher McDougal to go back through the signs for him. Erickson comes set. The first pitch to Nunez. Grounder out in front of the mound. Erickson will field this one. He'll run, pitch it over to first base in time, and Nunez is retired for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base after 4 complete. Georgetown 9, Weiss 0. Georgetown baseball here on the SHN Sports Network continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Mercy,
live here at Weiss High School. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Georgetown leading it 9-0. As I slacked on my mid-inning duties. Gavin Smith will lead it off. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters. Gavin Smith, Gavin Kelly, and Cooper Thomas to face off against the sophomore left-hander Isaiah Martinez. Gavin Smith in the first pitch. Shot to right field. A long run for the right fielder, Jace Rodriguez, but it'll be into foul territory and down for strike one. 0-1 the count. Smith in the ball game, 0 for 1. Walked and scored a run in the first inning. Reached on a fielder's choice. And the gun stranded at third base in the third inning. He leads things off here in the top of the 5th. Through 3 in the third inning for Martinez. He's allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. Struck out 4. Thrown 2 wild pitches. Has thrown 58 pitches in relief since coming in with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Smith back in for the right side. Martinez comes set in the stretch. The 0-1. Breaking pitch. Misses on the outside corner for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Gavin Smith. Gavin Kelly waits on deck. Cooper Thomas in the hole. Here in the top of the 5th with a 9-run lead. Martinez comes set. The 1-1. Up high and away. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. To the junior right fielder, Gavin Smith. Some activity outside the third base dugout. Some throwing going on back behind the dugout for the Wolves. Martinez comes set in the stretch. The 2-1 pitch. Gavin Smith shot down the right field line. Is it foul? Just kept curling. So now a 2-2 count. Gavin Smith battles here in the top of the 5th. Martinez comes set. Smith ready. The 2-2 pitch. Up high. Ball 3. 3-2 the count now. To Gavin Smith leading off things here in the top of the 5th for Georgetown. 9-0. 7 runs in the first. 1 in the third. 1 in the fourth. Lead it by 9. Martinez comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch to Gavin Smith. Low and inside. Ball 4. So a man on board to open up the inning for the 5th inning in a row here in the ball game. As Gavin Smith draws the leadoff walk. The first walk issued by Martinez in relief. The 3rd walk of the ball game of Georgetown Eagle hitters. Gavin Kelly will step in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. An RBI hit by pitch and a run scored in the first inning. Struck out swinging in the 3rd. So GK in from the right side. Gavin Smith leads off first. Held on by Anderson. Martinez comes set. First pitch to Kelly. Way outside. Rama Benjamin keeps that one from the backstop. 1-0 the count. To GK with Cooper Thomas in the on-deck circle now for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th. Martinez comes set. The 1-0. Up and away. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Last night's ball game, the 7-inning affair went 3 hours and 4 minutes according to my calculations. The 2-0 pitch to GK on the outside corner for a called strike. 2-1 the count. With the 7 o'clock first pitch. And as soon as the 3rd out was recorded in the top of the 7th, I looked down and it was 10:04. Long ball game last night as we work here into hour and 40 minutes so far. 2-1 pitch to GK. Up high, ball 3. 3-1 the count. The Georgetown left fielder. Gavin Smith, a leadoff walk to start the inning. Now a 3-1 count to GK here as Kelly back in from the right side. Martinez will come set in the stretch. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen. Full count now. Gavin Kelly. He battles here against Isaiah Martinez in the top of the 5th inning. Martinez from the third base side of the rubber comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch. Kelly fouls it off, back out of play, down the first baseline. We'll reset, do it again with a full count. No outs here in the top of the 5th. Georgetown has gotten the leadoff man on base every inning here in the ball game. A hit by pitch in the first, a single in the second, a single in the third, a single in the fourth, and a walk here in the 5th. The payoff pitch. Kelly fouls it off, stays alive. It goes out of play down the first base line again. We'll reset and do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the junior left fielder, Gavin Kelly. Martinez, long look in, comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch. Smith off and running. A fly ball into shallow right field. Smith will turn around and head back to first base. Rodriguez up and throwing to first base and doubles up Gavin Smith at first base. So a base running mistake there for the Eagles. Creates a double play opportunity, erases the base runner, and there's 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up Cooper Thomas. So F9 in the book to erase Gavin Kelly on the fly ball for out number 1. And then 9-3 on the throwback to double off Smith at first base for out number 2. Cooper Thomas will step in. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Martinez comes set in the stretch. The first pitch to Cooper. Low and inside. Gets all the way over to the backstop and over towards the third base dugout. 1-0 the count. Cooper hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first inning. A 3 RBI double in his second plate appearance in the first. And then reached on an error by Jordan Benjamin at shortstop in the third inning. Was left stranded there. The 1-0 pitch. Outside corner. Called strike 1. That generous strike zone line on the outside for a right-handed batter. Called strike 1. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2-1 the count to Cooper Thomas. Jack Kiki in the on-deck circle for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th. 2 outs and the base is empty. The 2-1 pitch. Low and away, ball 3. 3-1 the count down to Cooper Thomas with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Martinez comes set. Cooper ready. The 3-1 pitch. Laying drive back up the middle. A 2-out base hit for Cooper Thomas. Puts a man aboard, and Jack Kiki will step in now. The runner at first base. Tenth hit of the ball game for the Eagles. Jack Kiki will step in. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Sack bunt back in the first inning. Struck out looking in the second plate appearance of the first inning. Struck out swinging in the third on a check swing, strike 3. Steps in here. I'd love to see him break out of this one with a big base hit here for the Eagles. Cooper leads off first, held on by Anderson. Martinez comes set. First pitch to Kiki, outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jack. Jack 1 for 3 last night in the ball game. 1 for 5 in the series with 2 sacrifice bunts. Throw over to first base. Cooper dives back in safely. There's James Anderson saves that one from going awry. The throw from Martinez. Wide on the near side of first base. Kiki back in from the right side. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first base. Cooper Thomas. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball in there for a called strike. 1-1 to count. To Jack Kiki. On deck, Connor Young for the Eagles. Love to get this one to Connor Young. A 3-hit night for Young so far in the ball game. Love to have 2 runners on and bring up Connor here in the top of the 5th. The 1-1 pitch to Kiki. Inside corner, called strike 2. 1-2 the count. So now Kiki's got a battle. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first base. Martinez comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Kiki hits it into left center field. It's going to be down for a base hit. Cooper Thomas around second. He's headed to third. Jack's going to head to second, and he's going to be tagged out. No, he got around the tag from Teller. What a job by Kiki to avoid the tag and get on the base. And we got what we asked for. Connor Young is going to come up to bat with runners on second and third and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. A chance to push this into a run rule situation. So Jack Kiki will get a double out of that one. Connor into third base, or Cooper into third base easily. Jack tried to stretch that one and got around the tag as the throw came in. From Lamone to Jordan Benjamin. Threw it to Teller, but he missed the tag. Connor 3 for 3 in the ball game. A double and 2 singles. An RBI on the night. 2 runs scored. Steps in here. First pitch. Hits him. So that's how you take the bat out of his hand. You just hit him with a pitch. So bases loaded for the Eagles now, as Braden Rogers will step in. That'll bring a visit from head coach Kevin Ram of Weiss High School. We'll take the break with them. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Pulling pockets fail, profits can't watch it. Tell Carver, pencil pusher, stay talking. Can you tell me the first person to weigh options? Doing it to be vocal or do it stay solid? Trying to keep it alive if I'ma stay honest. Feeding off of the spit and not debate topics. If I said it, I'm in my time tick-tocking. Better look at the clock, I know your time coming wild. Keep me now, run me around, into my vicinity. You looking like a brother when they get that left hand style. Me, I'm making my decision for the piece of the crown. When they try to put me up, always pulling me down. Spin a little record, just throw me up for the sound. I've been at it for a while, coming easy now. Ain't gotta worry about applause, I can do it out. Strength to power, blessings hours, give you flowers. Never know the time or hour. Death is sour, milk spilled by the cowards. Rotten power, leaving it to be devoured. That's the uppers down, you can scream louder. No one talking shit, they want a grand towers. Get a bigger head so you can puff prouder. I'ma keep my peace and rest on my voucher. Ay. I've been stuck in my ways. I've been moving sideways. I've been needing my space. Nah, I've been keeping my pace. I've been stuck in my ways. I've been moving sideways. I've been needing my space. Nah, I've been keeping my pace. I've been trying to develop on my style. Heard the haste and things pop ears and gone rounds. Those sounds and no heads started coming around. Co-signed the co-ed, the co-open accounts. To bounce to town, wicked found to break ground. It's like the dividends depend on your mouth to spit trauma and false models. The game's down. Taking the young rapping the gray mouse. So I can be around the soul. What they reap in the game when they keep my soul. If you seen what I seen and the scene is old, you gotta pump fake strings to get the gold. I knew it so. Better I'ma break the mold. While they fishing for attention, I'ma ride the boat. Deep in, deep down, I'ma make it known. I'm rising up for a change, I'ma take this on. We got to go. Following the narrow road, it's like a load. I'ma let the spirit go and stop it go. Talk to I'm on the known. And a king without a kingdom and a known. Whoa. And to the ones who been blaming. And to the ones who been hating. And to the ones who been claiming Christ and standing right. No, they can never take your life. I've been stuck in my ways. I've been moving sideways. I've been needing my space. Yeah, I've been keeping my pace.
Back live here at Weiss High School. As we bring in the CSCT call to the bullpen, as the sophomore, number 6, Gabe Hernandez will come in. The third pitcher of the night for the Wolves. Construction Specialists of Central Texas bring you all the pitching changes here in the season for Georgetown Eagle baseball. And Gabe Hernandez will come in with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And Braden Rogers will step in. Braden 0 for 3 on the night. A great time for a base hit here to open this one up. First pitch, outside corner, called strike 1. There's that right-handed hitter outside strike call. Hernandez comes in replacement of Isaiah Martinez. The 0-1 outside corner, called strike 2, 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases full. The 0-2 pitch. Slash foul down the first baseline. Reset and do it again. No balls, 2 strikes. Braden Rogers with Jackson Van Aken on deck. Out of the windup, Hernandez from the first base side of the rubber, a shake off. Now we'll get a time and we'll reset. No balls, 2 strikes and 2 outs. Bases loaded, the 0-2 pitch. Misses outside, ball 1, 1-2 the count to Braden Rogers. Van Aken on deck. For the Eagles, should Rogers extend the inning. From the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Low and inside, ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Braden Rogers. B-Raj due here. Struck out in the first, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the second. Struck out in the fourth. 1-2-2 pitch. And he hit it into right center field. It's down for a base hit. That'll score Cooper Thomas. Here comes Jack Kiki. And it's going to be a 2 RBI single for B-Raj. The Eagles lead it 11-0. He was due and he delivered. The senior DH puts it into right center field. Now runners at first and second base. With 2 outs and an 11-0 lead for your Eagles. Create a run roll situation here. Those 2 runs charged to Martinez. Kiki and Cooper Thomas cruise in. Connor Young stops at second base. Rogers at first. Jackson Van Aken 1 for 1 in the ball game. Takes the first pitch. For a ball, 1-0 the count. Van Aken doubled back in the 4th inning. Was left stranded at third base. The 1-0 pitch to Van Aken. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. Now Weiss will be down to their final 3 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Trailing by 11. Get out of a run rule situation. They'll have to have 2 runs. Hernandez comes set, the 1-1 pitch. This is low. No, wow. Called strike 2. 1-2 the count. Jackson Van Aken with Colton Green on deck. With 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The 1-2 pitch. They're going to say he went around at strike 3. Van Aken down on strikes, and the Eagles are down here at the top of the 5th, but not before they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. After 4.5 innings, Georgetown 11, Weiss 0. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm the big homie. For those of y'all that don't know me, one and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic of Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bobble by my side, I keep it like a gun on me. War ready and we ain't afraid to get buddy. Told me I should quit my day job, that's funny. Hey, will always elevate me, I'ma keep showing. Out and selling, record spinning, it ain't never slowing. Take the stakes, take the crown, I don't need it, got the sound. I'ma be the king forever, even when they count me out. Favorite rapper, raise the bar from the ground. Taking risks you never dream of, get my name up out your mouth. Don't talk, it's silent on the floor, kings walk. We gon' drag your body through the door in shock. How I got a messing for a tour, man, stop. I'ma need a second, maybe more. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic of Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Independent on my own, I'ma stand. Taking handles, not for me, I like the back of my demands. That against me, I'ma need that money come
Back here live at Weiss High School. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And Erickson on the mound to try to close this one out in 5. As James Anderson, the first baseman, will step up. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. A single and left stranded in the 2nd inning. As the Weiss Wolves will need to put up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th to make this one last any longer in a run rule situation with an 11-run lead. Erickson threw 4 innings, has struck out 3, allowed 2 hits. First pitch to Anderson, outside corner, called strike 1, 0-1 to count. 4 innings, Erickson's thrown 52 pitches, 12 in the first, 16 in the second, 15 in the third, 9 in the fourth. Officially unofficial by my stats. The 0-1 pitch, curveball in there for a beautiful strike 2, 0-2 the count to Anderson. Anderson got a base hit with 2 outs back in the 2nd inning on a 1-2 count. He will swing the bat. The 0-2 pitch. Low and away. 1-2. To the senior first baseman, James Anderson. Lamone in the on-deck circle. Brock in the hole for the Wolves here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2. Outside corner. Been called a strike the last. Wow. 2-2 the count. Beautiful pitch there by Erickson. And now a 2-2 count to James Anderson. From the windup, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chase one up and in for strike 3. Out number 1. 4th strikeout of the ball game for Cade Erickson. Now with 1 out, the base is empty. That'll bring up Torrey Lamont. The left fielder will step in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Popped out to Van Aken in foul territory at first base. Steps in here from the right side, Erickson. From the windup, the first pitch to Lamont. Ground ball hit out to second. Connor Young fields it on a hard hop. Flips it to first in time. Another great play by Connor Young. 4-3 for out number 2. And Weiss down to their final out. Is number 8, Patrick Brock. He'll step in here with 2 outs and the base is empty. Weiss down to their final out to keep this one alive, trailing 11-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Brock 0 for 1 of the ball game. Struck out swinging back in the 3rd inning. It's 1 for 4 in the series. First pitch. This is low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Brock, the junior center fielder, back in from the left side. The 1-0 pitch. Outside corner, called strike 1. 1-1 the count. Erickson from the windup. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball in there on the inside corner for a called strike 2. 1-2 the count. Now the Wolves down to their final strike. From the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Misses low and away. Ball 2. 2-2 the count to Patrick Brock. The 2-2. Ground ball hit out to second. Young to his right, fields it on a hop. The throw to first. In time, and the ball game is over. Cade Erickson throws a 5-inning, 2-hit shutout to beat the Wolves 11-0. 4-3 on the final out to retire the Wolves in order here in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Georgetown wins it 11-0 over the Weiss Wolves. Georgetown now 25-3 on the year, 9-1 in district play. The Weiss Wolves fall to 17-7-1 overall and 4-4 in district play. Georgetown sweeps the 2-game series and gives themselves a little cushion. Now they want to rely on the Hendrickson Hawks to try to complete a 2-game sweep of the Pflugerville Panthers to give Georgetown a little bit more cushion as that series is set to battle again, I believe tomorrow or Friday, depending on the weather. Hawk High Scoring Network will have a call of that one. Go over and join them and listen to the call of that ball game between the Panthers and the Hawks when they play later this week. Thanks for joining us tonight. Georgetown goes on the road to win another one in district play, 11-0 in 5 innings over the Weiss Wolves. Georgetown 25-3 on the year, 9-1 in district play. Tomorrow night, 6:30, Camp Brightside. Come join us. We'll have the Eagle Nation Coaches Show and talk Eagle baseball with several of the players and Coach David Durrell tomorrow night. If you can't join us there, Saturday, scheduled for a 2 p.m. start with the Round Rock Dragons at Eagle Field. And stay tuned to all the social media to see how that turns out. What a ball game. Georgetown wins it 11-0 in 5 innings. Thanks for joining us. And remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a great night, everybody.